Hi, I'm Dana Williams, and this is Sofi Marin. We're from Achieve Performance Training and Coaching, and this vlog is on something we've seeing a lot more in the news, and something that we as coaches have definitely put more focus on, and that is sports nutrition. And Coach Sofi here just finished her sport nutrition certification. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. I was going to ask you a few questions. It was really interesting when you mentioned you wanted to do that and you wanted to get that done. And what was your motivation to get the certification?
Yeah, so I've been an athlete most of my life, and I have always been very fascinated in nutrition in general and the role that it plays in performance and also just general health and thinking about food as healing food. So something I noticed as an athlete is when I started paying more attention to nutrition and timing of food, not just on the bike, but also just throughout the day, I saw big gains in my performance. And so working with athletes, I see time and again, this is clearly a limiting factor for a lot of us. We're not totally in tune with the right nutrition for what we're specifically training for. And I think that's an area that's often neglected that we can see big gains. So that's a big part of my motivation for getting this certification, is to be able to offer an educated resource to my athletes and non-athletes on how to improve their health, but also just get to their goals quicker.
Myself, I've seen that a lot as well, and something that I stress, and we're providing tips and advice on that. So it's great now to have Sofi on board. Could you speak a little bit to the certification that you actually did? What did it entail?
Yeah, so I was studying for about a year with International Sports Science Association to get this certification, and it was a long process of going through biology, biochemistry, looking not just at like the fundamentals of our physiology and how nutrition plays into that, but also thinking about client perspective and what are the limitations we often see among ourselves, of what is really stopping us from getting to that next level, and really working with each individual psychology and client to help them reach their goals, because we're all different, so we all need different strategies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a year-long, number of different courses in there that it went through?
A lot of just various units addressing each of these issues.
Cool. Great. If you could look what would, on a big picture, the top 3 takeaways that you feel you took of that you can provide now as a benefit to Achieve athletes or other athletes that you are going to consult with?
Yeah, so I think part of my job is to simplify the process for the athlete. So it can be easy to get inundated as an athlete and not know quite what route to take to support your own health and nutrition and performance goals. So part of my goal is to actually help simplify that for the athlete. Okay. So top 3 takeaways, I would say one of the first things is really identifying an athlete or a client's limiting factors. So you might know a lot about nutrition and have actually a pretty good foundation there, but specifically to you as a client, what is stopping you from having optimal nutrition and performance? So we each have our limiting factors. It might be a very busy lifestyle. It might be not enough knowledge in the kitchen on how to prepare healthy foods. All sorts of factors that we then identify for you specifically, address, and then get you to that next level.
Okay.
So that would be one, is limiting factors. The other thing would be looking at nutrition, especially if you're an athlete. We periodize our cycling training, right? Different times of the year we're working on different goals, and the same goes for nutrition. If you really want to get the most out of your training, then we need to think about what is the food that you're putting in your body. Is it serving your on-the-bike goals? Is it serving, if say you have a fat loss goal, well, we're going to want to tailor that to, if you're doing fat loss training rides, we want to fuel you very differently than if you have muscle gaining goals. Okay. So limiting factors is the first one, addressing and identifying those. Second one is tailoring your nutrition to your training and making sure those pair and they have like a good symbiotic relationship. And then the third thing is this doesn't have to be complicated. Again, my job is to simplify, so I look at what are some simple habits that you can apply every day for for every meal that are going to take you to the next level. So it doesn't have to be calorie counting, it doesn't have to be obsessive focus or limitation. It can truly be, what is your timing of your food throughout the day? How frequently are you eating? Can we increase frequency to have a boost in metabolism and improve your fat burning? The other thing is I'm going to look at your body type and get an idea of what is your body's predisposition in terms of, are you primarily a carbohydrate burner and you do better on high carb diets? Or are you primarily a fat burner and that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck in terms of shifting your nutrition? So those are three big arenas that I think we can apply to help shift someone's performance, their body composition, and actually see some big gains without having to get into like very nitty gritty calorie counting.
Yeah, those are three good points. I definitely can relate to them. I've tried to incorporate them, and it's fantastic that we have you on board now and with that certification. And we look forward to reaching out to the athletes, getting the services out, and getting that going. So look forward for Coach Sofi and her nutrition consultation. Stay tuned to our social media channels, Achieve PTC, most on Instagram, Twitter, and then Achieve Performance Training and Coaching on Facebook. And we'll release some more information there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next one.
Thanks everyone, take care.